Yes, good morning. You're welcome to this wonderful edition of the program by Sellers at the Newsstands. I'm Christian Chuku. We are rushing Ogba as we get people talking on the topical issues that we have this morning. Today is the 26th of April 2022, and we're here to get reactions from Nigerians on the various reports that we have. This morning with me is the Daily Sun newspaper, and also the Nation newspaper, the Daily Sun and the Nation newspaper. I would like to say we are on Facebook, Flip TV NG, Flip TV NG, and also Instagram, Flip TV NG. Also, go follow us on Facebook and also on Instagram. On YouTube, Flip TV, subscribe, click on the notification button and like our videos as we get going. Yes, I have my committed analysts here this morning. They are here to do justice to the newspaper headlines. Once again, I am Christian Chigo, and you're welcome to bystanders at the newsstand. You can see we are in the bus stop, at the bus stop this morning, and you can see bystanders discussing and also sharing their views on the reports and the topics, the team feature to share their views on. Okay, let's look at the Daily Sun newspaper this morning. On 23, it seems the Igbo nation and the Igbo leaders are really serious about the Southeast presidency. Igbo leaders urge Southeast aspirants to press on with presidential bid. Igbo leaders urge Southeast aspirants to press on with presidential bid. Vow to support them to the end. Vow to support them to the end. Will it be an easy task? Because from the look of things, it seems that the Southeasterners are not really favorite when we talk of the presidency in this era. On 2023, Jonathan steps up consultation on APC move. Jonathan step up consultation on APC move. His defection declaration underway. Supporters. Ex-president plan to contest national service, says campaign coordinator. If Jonathan is giving the presidential slot, what will happen to the likes of Tinubu Osibajo? Does it mean that their efforts will be futile? I'll be great. It will be great injustice if I didn't contest. It will be great injustice if I didn't contest. That is from Osibajo. Blame military, not Kuka, for Tucano jet delivery delay. Blame military, not Kuka, for Tucano jet delivery delay. NEF, Northern Elders Forum replies presidency. Yes, dollar scarcity hits banks. Worsening insecurity. Yes, I get you, my brother. Worsening insecurity, poor economy hindering states from boosting IGR. Worsening insecurity, poor economy hindering states from boosting internal generated revenue. I have capacity to rescue Nigeria from current mess. That is Saraki. I have the capacity to rescue Nigeria from current mess. Says insecurity won't continue beyond 2023. Insecurity won't continue beyond 2023. That's assurance from presidential hopeful Dr. Bukola Saraki. Kanu challenges secret trial. Kanu challenges secret trial, says plan unconstitutional. Unconstitutional secret trial and all the rest. Kanu has challenged the secret trial in court. NDLA arrests businessman over 3 billion illicit drugs linked to DCP Kiari's team. NDLEA arrests businessman over 3 billion naira illicit drugs linked to DCP Kiari's team. EFCC nabs suspect to allegedly defrauding Kwara monarch of the 3 million naira. Imo explosion. Death toll rises to 150. Igbo group demands Buhari Uzodinma's visit to tragedy side. Igbo groups demand Buhari's Uzodinma's visit to tragedy side. I'll promote state comparatives for economic growth. I'll promote state comparatives for economic growth. That means if Wike becomes the president, he will promote the competitiveness of every state. If you have any mineral resource in your state, it's going to be your selling point. It is going to be your selling point. Let's look at the Nation this morning. PDP governors aspirants reject consensus candidate. PDP governors aspirants reject consensus candidate. Obi Ngige Mahi Ayim rally ethnic nationalities for Southeast presidential bid. Igbo leaders deny Wike Amechi. Rivers governor donates 200 million naira in Kaduna. Rivers governor donates 200 million naira in Kaduna. Alaafin's body buried according to tradition says Oyo High Chief. Alafin's body buried according to tradition, says Oyo High Chief. Let me look at that story of the Alafin this morning. The burial of Alafin of Oyo, Obalamidi Olayiwola Adeyemi III, conformed with tradition. Bashorun of Oyo, Chief Yusuf Ayola said yesterday. The position of the High Chief, who is the head of the Alafin Council, also known as Oyemesi, cleared the air on the controversy over the way the late monarch's body was handled on Saturday. Obademi died on Friday. Okay, and also our main headline this morning, we are looking at the issue with Akwa Ibom in Akwa Ibom State. Yes, over 3,000 Ilaje residents of Eket and adjoining councils of Akwa Ibom State have been displaced following a clash with the Ilaje, Yoruba, and their Ibenu hosts. The incident, which occurred last Tuesday, led to loss of life and destruction of houses, outboard engine, cars, and other valuables belonging to the Ilaje, who are mostly fishermen. The injured were admitted at the Emmanuel General Hospital and various hospitals in Eket, it was learned. Correspondents visited some spots where the victims were taking refuge. It was observed that the victims, mostly men and children, were hanging around petrol stations, churches, and uncompleted buildings in Eket and its environs. One of the Yoruba leaders, Mr. Golden Ogungbemi, said there has not been any effort to reach us through relief materials. We want the government to set up peace panel through which we can be rehabilitated. Federal government through the National Emergency Management Agency as well as the Akwa Ibom state government should please come to our rescue. And again, Chrisland girl apologizes over video. Chrisland girl apologizes over video. And Chidima's trial stalled over Ataga's bank account role. Chidima's trial stalled over Ataga's bank account role. And why I'm in presidential race by Osibajo? Why I am in presidential race by Osibajo? He said Vice President Yemi Osibajo has said he will be betraying Nigerians, and it will be the act of injustice if he does not declare intention to contest presidential election in 2023. He will be betraying Nigerians, and it will be an act of injustice if Osibajo does not declare intention to contest the presidential election in 2023. Okay, let's have Mr. Max. Mr. Max, good morning, Mr. Max.
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
Yes, our main headline this morning is on the clash in Akwa Ibom between the Idingis and Ilaje, which is the Yoruba community. Over 3,000 displaced.
Okay, thank you for having me. Matthew is the name. You see, I think the authorities should move in to find a way to resolve it. Because when you have indigenous and not indigenous who have been living peacefully for decades, suddenly you start seeing crises, differences, something must have gone wrong. That notwithstanding, they should find a middle way, a middle ground to resolve it. Because crisis is an even wind that blows no one any good. If you don't nip it in the bud, it can escalate beyond that level. So it's not something we should be using words to escalate, looking for who is right or who is wrong. The important thing is how do you de-escalate it? And to de-escalate it is to invite all the warring faction party to a roundtable discussion to find an amicable resolution of the whole issue. That's what I see.
You know, when it comes to ethnic crisis is always dicey.
Whether it's dicey or not, it borders on interest. It borders on. It doesn't matter what necessitated it. It can be resolved. And the earlier
ethnic crisis.
Yes, of course. This is not the first time we are seeing ethnic crisis. Go and look at Wari, the Jaw, and the Shekiri. It's as old as time immemorial. But the Jaws, the Shekiris, are they not still living in Wari together? So it depends on how you resolve it. Before the modern government system, in the past, you used to see kingdom invading kingdom, where people not living together. In fact, as at that time, there were a process of conflict resolution that is even better than what we are seeing today. So what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter whether it's community, whether it's ethnic crisis it can be resolved. The important thing is how do you bring the sincerity on the part of government is key. Not taking side. Being sincere, inviting all the two sides and resolving it. That's the way to go.
Okay, let's look at TCN. Discos, Genco's trade blames over poor power supply. There has been no light. I'm hearing that the Discos have been rejecting the load allocation.
It's part of the major problem. But even if you say Disco is rejecting load, it is not entirely the problem. Because at the level of what they have to distribute, we have been having some level of sustainable power before the issue of national grid. It is on two phases. I think the major reason we are getting this power outage is national grid collapse. But again, on the part of the discourse, that is where I still blame the government. Because if you look at the NEC, which is Electricity Regulatory Commission, it is a government agency. And these distribution companies, before they privatized the discourse, they had agreement that over the years they will improve their capacity to distribute, and they will invest a given amount of money to improve on their capacity to distribute. As we speak, they are only recouping money consumers were owing the company before they inherited it. They are not improving the network. They are not improving their capacity to distribute. That's why you see they are rejecting load. Because the load you absorb, you don't have anywhere to store it. As you absorb it, you distribute it. So, and if the regulatory agency needed to do the right thing, they needed to sanction any disco that refused to comply with the contractual terms by improving on their ability and their capacity to distribute. But if you look at transmission now, that one is in the hand of federal government. How can you tell, if you want to deregulate, I think they should deregulate the whole process. Because
deregulate the whole process?
Yes, the way it stands, Genco, generation have been deregulated, distribution have been deregulated, but transmission is still in the hand of federal government. What I'm saying in essence is, if you bring an investor in Lagos, for instance, to build a power plant that will generate maybe 1,000 megawatts, that investor cannot sell at will. He must take it to national grid, from where TCN, Transmission Company of Nigeria, will determine where and how to share it. So that way, the investor have no right to determine who to settle. They compel you to settle federal government. Then the ability to distribute is a major problem. There's no argument about that. But the problem we are having now in relation to dropping of the light we have been getting is not because of ability to distribute. Because that level of capacity to distribute is what gave us that level of power supply we're enjoying before now. It is a function of national grid collapse. Don't forget that the government attributed the issue of low supply to hydropower generation, that we needed to wait for water level to rise.
The rainy season?
Yes, for us to start enjoying the same level of generation. Sorry, yes. Then again, another issue is perhaps the gas turbines that needed to get gas from the Niger Delta. But again, I don't think in recent time we have heard issues of Niger Delta militants bombing or destroying gas pipeline. So I think the government should come clean and tell us the reason we are seeing what we are seeing. The reason we are not getting sustainable power supply. Not that we've been getting it before, but at least to the level we've been getting it. Whether we like it or not, the blame goes back to the federal government, because it behoves on the federal government to sanction whoever is not doing the right thing, because the regulator is the federal government.
Okay, let's look at Igbo group demands Buhari and Uzodima's visit to the tragedy site of Imo explosion.
The issue is this: whether we like it or not, the president is the commander of the armed forces. Whether we like it or not, it behoves on the federal government to protect life and property. It is still clear that Hope Uzodima is the governor and chief security officer of Imo State. by extension, it behoves on him to protect life and property. Now we have seen about 110 persons being burnt beyond recognition in that inferno, unfortunate incident. Then if you look at it, I think the government is to be blamed. Whether they visit the site or not is not the issue now, because I read about a youth leader from Imo State who said that while they visited the scene of incidents, before they got to the forest, that they met 34 checkpoints comprising joint force, police, army, on all the security agencies, civil defense corps and all that. And day in, day out, these checkpoints are there. People who go there to patronize this illegal refinery, when coming back, they pass through that route. So they settle each and every checkpoint. No wonder we can make it abundantly clear that the police, the army, the DSS, all security agencies posted to Yorubas State are involved in oil bunkering. And that's the truth. So if you have 34 checkpoints and you still have this illegal activity going on, it tells you that the police, the army, all the security agencies posted to that route are complicit in the activity.
Okay.
Then that is where the blame goes back to the federal government. But again, I think the police, the army, all the security agencies sees as their own way of getting the national cake. Don't forget that recently the police is threatening to embark on strike because of their welfare. The same reason NSA protesters were fighting and they turned their gun against them. You see the irony of Nigerian sovereign state?
Okay. It would be great injustice if I didn't contest. Osibajo spoke yesterday.
Injustice to who?
To Nigerians.
I think he was serving on the altar of God before he jumped into the political arena. Did he not consider a great injustice to the vineyard of God?
Are you saying that it is wrong for a man of God?
No, he has right to contest. No. Don't get me wrong. I'm not questioning his right to contest. It is on the basis of that assertion and saying that we do not amount to injustice to the vineyard of God when he knows that the Bible has said that the labor is much, the laborers are few. That Jesus Christ prayed to the owner of the vineyard to send more laborers into the vineyard. Then you that is already a laborer in the vineyard, will it not be a disservice to leave that vineyard and jump into the political arena? I'm only asking. I don't know.
You can serve God's purpose as a politician.
It's not true. It's not true.
David was a king.
It's not true. Let me tell you. The enormous assignment, responsibility as a child of God will not give you time to give attention to other things. Don't forget that Jesus Christ called Peter. He said, I'll make you a fisher of men. If the assignment was not enormous, Jesus would have allowed him to do the work of ministry, serving the God part-time, while he still have time to go back to the fishing. It's too enormous. I'll give you an instance. If an Adeboye is to come to Oba today and stay from morning to evening, he will have people waiting to be attended to. If he's to repeat it the following day, he will have people. If he's to go to Ikorodu, the same thing will apply. If he's to go to Abuja, the same thing will apply. Somebody like Olukoya, the same thing apply. What am I trying to say in essence? What I'm trying to say is because people want to get to God through them because they know that they have access to God. So if you have more of such, why should you not abandon that responsibility and jump into the political arena? And you want to tell me that it's a disservice?
I know David in the Bible was a prophet, was a king.
After David, how many people do you see in that status in the Bible?
So he's an example, a good example.
After David, how many people did you see in that status?
If it's possible with David, it's possible with anybody.
That's what I'm asking. Maybe you have a better answer to it. After David, how many people did you see?
You are playing the second video. I gave David, you are playing on that second video. Lastly, worsening insecurity, poor economy, hindering states from boosting IGR.
Okay, wait.
Worsening insecurity, poor economy, it hinders the state from boosting their IGR.
But I don't think it's entirely true because the insecurity is not in every state.
Okay, poor economy.
Poor economy, yes, to an extent. Because a place like Lagos, there's no threat in terms of internal security. Though Lagos is not complaining. Because we can understand that even Lagos account for 51% of what accrue to Federal Land Revenue Service. A place like Abuja, even as we are witnessing recently activities of bandits, terrorists, you cannot say on that basis that the internally generated revenue would have been threatened by the level of security we are witnessing in Abuja. A place like Delta, you cannot say there's insecurity to threaten the IGR. A place like, like the Southeast, I give it to the person who wrote that. That the Southeast, I concede to it. The level of insecurity in the Southeast to a great extent would have to a great extent threatened the IGR. Because on Mondays, economic activities in the whole state of the Southeast is grounded. So to that extent, there's little or nothing they can do that day. And the spillover of Monday goes into Tuesday. It's from Wednesday the economic activities start picking up in at full capacity.
Okay, lastly, the sit at home in the Southeast, it seems it's not going back. It still persists.
You see, the problem is this. The problem is this. Until you address an issue from the epicenter of it, you are likely not going to get solution. The epicenter in this case is Nnamdi Kanu. Whether you like it or not, before you start seeing sit at home, it was after the arrest and detention of Nnamdi Kanu. That is why we are calling on the federal government to find a way of giving a political solution. Because if the essence of the government is to bring about peace in the environment, in the polity, in the society, and you are saying that if you allow this man go, you will achieve peace, the killing will stop, and is it not better if you keep him in detention for another 2 years and you have 500 persons killed and you release him now and that 500 persons are safe? Is it not better? In as much as we have not been able to unravel who is killing, because on one hand, DSS, Nigerian police have accused ESN and IPOB severally of being behind the killings, and IPOB have severally accused federal government security agencies of sponsoring the killing. But the bottom line is that there's killing. People are dying. So how do you avert it?
Thank you very much.
To avert it is to have a political solution to that issue.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Kule. Good morning, Mr. Kule.
Good day, my brother.
Yeah. We talked about you didn't come yesterday.
I went for, my mom has a kind of partial stroke. So they have to change the health care that she's been going on herbs before. So we need to get her what's it called them? Therapy nurses. So that was what I have to sort out.
Okay, we are talking about the Oni of Ife. Whether it should be buried
Alafin of Oyo, yeah.
Whether it should be buried traditionally or with Islamic.
You see, we've turned everything to politics in this country. You see, the traditionalists, they are politicians. You see, the religious. In religions, you find politics. In traditional, circle, you find politics. So the way it is now, the high chief of Oyo, they came out and said they did the right, way. They bury Alafin in the right way, according to the culture, according to the what has been existing on that level, that they buried him in the right way. So I think they should put a spade, and let the man be
what are you going to say
rest in peace.
The Islam brothers?
The Islam, which was the Islamic people that buried him. Did you watch it?
Alafin body buried according to tradition, says Oyo High Chief.
It was buried according to Alafin body buried according to tradition. That's what they say now. The Islamic
according to Islamic rites.
No, the Islamic were there. They prayed. They prayed now. They pray.
When a Muslim dies, not up to 24 hours, he will be buried. Immediately, he will be buried. But the Alafin was not buried immediately.
But was buried within that same day.
Let's look at that. Burying the Alafin immediately. That's the clause. When a Muslim dies, you know better.
But what I'm saying now, when you detach
the
religion,
the Islamic rights here is bury immediately.
But it could not be buried. It could not be buried immediately, so because he died. He died in Ekiti. He died in Ekiti State. He did not die in Oyo State. He was in Afe Babalola University of Health. What's it called? University Teaching Hospital, right? So before the process of bringing him back to Oyo and Ekiti to Oyo is almost like 100 kilometer plus. So that process, it takes a while. And when they brought him back to the palace, there are some rites they have to do, and they did all those rites before they now call the clerics, Islamic clerics, to come over and do the needful with the burial. So they should let the dead man rest, let Oba rest. Nigerians, we should just fond of all those mercy after,
3,000 Yoruba displaced in Akwa Ibom crisis. Over 3,000 Ilaje residents of Eket and adjoining councils of Akwa Ibom State have been displaced following a clash between the Ilaje, that is the Yoruba, and their Ibeno hosts.
What's that? What's that has to mean? That if you start ejecting citizens of a country from your territory, you don't know how many of your citizens are in the Yoruba land. There might be retaliation. The way I say things, that's why people, when they start things, they don't know the end. They don't know. They will always just know the beginning. I totally not in support of that. In Lagos, which is a Yoruba land, all tribes are here. There's never been a day that the Yoruba will tell you, these people, you have to leave their land. There's never been a day they have to tell you in Ogun State, where there's opportunity for you to be who you want to be. There's opportunity to build houses. There's opportunity to make yourself who you want to be in the Western states here. Then you could see commissioners, non-indigenous are becoming commissioners in Lagos State. Non-indigenous are becoming, PAMSEC in Lagos State. Non-indigenous are becoming chairman in Lagos State. I think that's a very universal way of life, way of coexistence. But the issue there now is those guys in Akwa Ibom, or what they call it, their leader, Udom, need to stand right now, need to sit tight now and,
wade into
the crisis and not let all this crisis snowball into ethnic issue. Yeah. Because once you eject somebody from your state, from your territory, you have your citizens here too. They can do likewise for them here. And your citizens, they are easy to identify. Your citizens are easy to identify. When you talk about Akwa Ibom, the tongue, you know them by the tongue. So,
is Lagos really a Yoruba land?
Lagos is really a Yoruba land, my brother. I will tell you the history of Lagos. Lagos was founded by the Aworis. Aworis, the Benenuas, that which is Ajase, they are the first nobles. They are the Benenuas. They are always, through the Badagry, the border. Now, when they came, the Ajase, the Aworis, then the part of the slave, the colony slaves that they took from Lagos here, majority of them, they came back after post slave trade, right? And those are the people that are settled in all these different axes you hear. When you hear of Idumota, there's a meaning for it. When you hear, all those axes, there's a meaning. Then the Benin were traders. They were coming, they always come from the rivers, rivers to come and trade in Lagos. So they met the Aworis. The Aworis were so accommodating that normal Yoruba person, he can sell. He can sell himself to satisfy his So that was what the Benin's empire came in and invaded, and the rest is history now. But as it is now, Lagos Eko is a Yoruba name.
Okay,
Eko.
Blame military, not Kuka, for Tucano jets delivery delay. NEF replies presidency. The presidency has blamed the Kuka for the delay in its supplies of the Tucano jets.
Who is the commander-in-chief of the state?
We know that it is Buhari.
It's Buhari.
Yeah, the commander-in-chief.
So the commander-in-chief should be
The
blamed.
statements, most of the statements you make on Nigeria would warrant America
Yes,
not to
yes,
supply.
yes,
You understand?
yes. And most of this ineptitude, I mean, laxity in carry out its functions, make America to, because the Americans, no, they can never be happy with the bandits. They can never be happy with the house swap, because us, it started in Nigeria. Us is started in Nigeria. Us is started in Nigeria. Us is started in Nigeria. It will snowball, eh, into other region. And if Nigeria don't have peace, America will not have peace, because their citizens will still have to start moving down, seeking asylum, seeking everything. So American government, they are not happy that the terrorists are there. You could not use the Tucano on them, but you are chasing, you are eating the agitators with the sledgehammer. Why the terrorists are there? They are being pampered. They are being, given amnesty, which is uncalled for. I've never heard it before. A terrorist that kills hundreds of souls, 1,000s of souls, and you pamper them, you kept them somewhere because nepotism is involved. You are applying nepotism. Say they are your people. It's uncalled for. It's uncalled for, and I think the problem in this country, the whole problem lies on Mr. Muhammadu Buhari head, because he's the commander-in-chief of armed forces, at the same time president of Federal Republic of Nigeria. He controls the army, he controls the navy, he controls the police, he controls the who else? The Air Force,
Navy.
the Navy, the Air Force. So what else?
Immigration.
What else? Any slight call like this, go and finish those people. The commanders who are the chief of defense staff, chief of army staff, chief of naval staff, chief of what's it called, the other side, yes sir, yeah, yeah, so they they will be on action.
Okay, let's look at. Did you heard about that Imo explosion?
It's quite unfortunate, and those people must be stupid. Those people that went on that refinery, I mean, you can't be so tight, you can't be so hungry, and and that is death trap for you, and you go inside it. You go inside it. You should value your life. You should value your life. 110 people. We had mad leaders in this country already, but you two don't join them in madness. You can't just go to a refinery and everything just set ablaze and kill everybody. It's just like a madman that will see tanker that fell on the streets. It happens in Lagos. Always happening in Lagos here. You see tanker that fell. People will be carrying bucket, will be carrying plastic to go and scoop, fuel. Along line, some of them get burnt. Likewise, it's only a foolish man that will see a death trap that will still walk into it.
You are blaming the people.
I have to, because they should have applied knowledge.
What about the government for not providing?
Yes, no, the people know that there's no government. The people know that there's no government. The people know. The people know there's no government already. You know there's no government. Can you try that? You that you know there's no government. Can you try that yourself? Can you go into the death trap? See, all of them are gone now. 110. A lot of people are in grave now. A lot of people are grieving. A lot of people are in sorrow. You should look at that. And the whole thing boils down to the bad governance. Bad governance. So that is why I'm telling you now that bad governance cuts across all the states of the federation. But the worst of it is from the federalism. The worst bad governance we've been having is from the federalism. And the governors, you have to check them. We need to keep checking them. Nobody asks questions. My governor.
So the PDP.
So the PDP, the game plan with the PDP is on the northern, scorecard. Is on the northern table. So they know the game plan and they know how to, bring collusion among the southern contestants. So they themselves, they are playing the game.
They are planning to.
There's a game plan. There is a game plan. It's a game plan, my brother. It's a game plan. That PDP, any southern presidential candidate that expects, the what's it called, candidacy from PDP, presidential candidacy from PDP nomination is just wasting his time. Because as PDP is, they've rooted it that the president from PDP party will come from the north. And why are they doing this? They believe the region is not stable. Who is going to handle all the nemesis that's been happening in the, who can cure your headache than people that know you cannot go and use American Panadol to cure Nigerian headache, which is not possible. So you need to know, use homemade.
Develop your own Panadol.
You develop your own Panadol. That is, you use the homemade leaders to solve the homemade problem, because they created this problem and they are just getting to reality now that the problem is snowballing to crisis that may consume this country. So they are trying to just adjust now. The way I see things is as we are in Nigeria. Don't let us. We have to wake up. We cannot continue like this. This country is too big for us to be founded.
Lastly, Buhari will never support you to be president. Afenifere leader tells Tinubu.
Buhari will never
support him. That Tinubu to be president.
The man should go and sit down. You see, when you see Afenifere, you see they are for their pocket. They are for their pocket. I don't know Chief Ayo Adebanjo. I don't know him. Who he help? Who he fight for? They just sit down there, they go and do one meeting, they share money, and they come back and start telling us we are the down-rooted person. I don't know him. I don't know Ayo Adebanjo. He shouldn't criticize anybody here.
Continue.
He shouldn't criticize anybody here. His daughter is coming out under a platform now. I want to now know whether it's APC or PDP. And this same party that this man has been criticizing, and his daughter now is coming out on one constituency, as a Senate, what's it called, representative. He was trying to contest there in Ogun State.
They recycle their children.
They are recycling, and they will not be giving us paper talk that you're not to this.
But
they should not sit down. We have not seen a leader since Abraham Adesoya died. Since Awolowo died, since Abraham Adesoya died, I've never seen a quality Yoruba leader. Leave Jakonde aside too. Although Jakonde too, he tried, but he has some flaws too. He betrayed. He went to join the Abacha government then, and they warned him not to join. You know what happened? It was ridiculous. And it was same Jakonde that betrayed Awolowo, that leaked all Awolowo's secret to Babangida. So these are our Yoruba leaders. I don't know. They are the one putting us into this mess. And none of them can control directly say this is the direction that should go. I will never go there. They are killing you. They kill Yoruba in Akwa Ibom now. None of them could deem it fit to go there and condemn and tell and meet the governor of Akwa Ibom and tell them what is going on. And when the Awusas and any tribe have a clash, you see their leader rising up to occasion. And so we have all the so-called leaders in the south here, especially in my own southwest. I've not seen a viable leader. The leaders I'm seeing in southwest here, they are Professor Akintoye, Banji Akintoye, that renowned historian, and Professor Adeniran, who is a professor of French in Benin University. They are the ones that lobbied the government for Igboho to be released. So where are those leaders? What was their effort there? Your son was being persecuted. All of them, you are looking. But when it is time to sell your people out, you start talking. They are sellouts. So they should. I don't want to even hear about them. Who can they control?
If you don't have leaders, you don't have anywhere we are going.
See, as it is. Leader emerged. Leader, when they emerged as leader, they started They weren't this age then. They were more younger than this when they started this leadership issue. It was ladder by ladder. Since this guy died, the Baba Adesoya, there was a Faturoti from Ondo State that they brought in. That one, I think he died too. They now brought this Baba in, this current Baba. But those guys were, Ifaturoti was even more, Fason Roti was even more vibrant. You know, it was her daughter, the Fulani S9 killed, the Yoruba leader, Fasoreti. It was her daughter because of his agitation. An old man in his 90s, still agitating. How many agitation this one has done? Paper agitation. They should go and sit down. I don't know them. The Yoruba leader, who are they? Who are they? They just formed 5-7 people just formed themselves together. They call themselves Yoruba leader. Me, I don't know them. Look at the killing in Akwa Ibom. Are they not supposed to rise to the occasion? Are they not supposed to rise? I mean, what's wrong with this?
Thank you very much.
What's wrong with this fake indigo guy? These are the real indigo beside me. You are a fake man. Come on.
I first you.
Thank you.
No, don't push me, please, my brother.
Good morning, Mr.
Okay, Mr. Kule said that I'm a fake indigo. Well, my shout out to Mazi Martins, and please, you will do me a favor by. I think I have to sue Mr. No, it's Mrs. Based on my investigation, I found out you don't know that the Funigars that have been terrorizing this platform is a woman, and
she's not terrorizing the platform.
Is that
her opinion? Everybody.
She's a woman, and
11 playground.
She's terrorizing the platform and threatening my existence by calling me Alhaji. Who made me an Alhaji? I'm a Mazi. I'm a typical Igbo man. Igbo man that ate apple. You are calling me Alhaji. It's a threat, and I have to sue her.
Let's go.
Well, I think the battle, the legal battle, is between me and she.
Okay, you understand.
And I'm going to tell her that I'm an Igbo person.
Okay.
At the end of the day,
let's travel to Akwa Ibom State. 3,000 Yoruba persons have been displaced in Akwa Ibom.
I heard people discussing about Lagos. Lagos belongs to Yoruba. Lagos belongs to Igbo people. The fake personality of Kunle cannot deny the reality. It's Igbo people that made Lagos. Considering the investment and the contribution to the development of Lagos, Igbo people are leading. You see, take away Igbo people from this Lagos, you know that there's nothing like Lagos. Lagos belongs to the Igbo, but as peace-loving people, we can accommodate the lives of Kunle.
Can a tree make a forest? Can one tree make a forest?
Can a tree make a forest? And a forest is what produces a tree. If a forest produces a tree, then invariably a tree is part of the forest. And a tree can also make a forest. Because without tree, there will nothing you can call a forest. So, of course, you see, when God created Adam and Eve, He never gave them upholsteries. He never gave them cushion. He never gave them furnitures. But He hides all these things in the tree. Then it's left for man to exploit that. So the argument that Lagos belongs to Yoruba, I think I can challenge you to national debate. It belongs to the Igbos.
Topics are dicey.
And I think
nobody will agree that Yoruba owns Lagos. Let's leave that area. Let's go to Akwa Ibom State. How do we resolve the crisis in Akwa Ibom State?
The Akwa Ibom,
yeah. 3,000.
By the way, the Kunle that is talking is from Osun State. I served in Osun State. I understood the terrain. So for him coming to claim Lagosian, it means I asked him one time, where is your local government? He said it has been a long time he visited Osun State. And because he's afraid of being killed, and the banditry going on there, this is life.
Let's move on.
But for the crisis engulfing Akwa Ibom,
how do we resolve it?
Well, for me, I think the stakeholders should do whatever within their reach to douse the tension. And I understood that Yorubas are not gullible, and they understood who their true enemies are. So the Akwa Ibom, the likes of David, that have not visited his father's place ever since he was born in Lagos. But he will claim an Akwa Ibom. You don't know anything, but you know look at it. He's even fighting dirty. He's even fighting dirty because he's aligned with his godfather, politician that told the Nigerian that he's going to fight dirty. And he's fighting me dirty. So Yoruba understood who their enemies really are. That their enemies are not the Akwa Ibomites. Their enemies are not the Igbos. Their enemies are not their brothers from the southern region. Their enemies are the Fulani killers, the Fulani militias, who have, of course, sacked most of the Yorubas from their ancestral homes, fleeing for safety, fleeing for survival in Benin Republic. So the Yorubas understood, irrespective of the conflict that may be going on in Akwa Ibom State, that their true enemies are the Buharis and the Funigas, the brothers of Funigas. These are the true enemies of the Yorubas.
No, the enemies of Nigeria are the killer headsmen, the bandits, the Boko Haram, the ISWAP.
The same thing
not the general
are the Yorubas part of Nigeria, as you claim. Are Yorubas part of the Nigeria?
You are saying Funiga's brother, like that is disparage.
Disparity.
Yeah.
For him calling me Alhaji, he has to tender an apology. It is unacceptable.
Okay.
And he has to pay me some compensation before we can make peace. Otherwise, I think I will drag him to international criminal court.
It seems that this sit at home has come to stay, despite whatever they do in Anambra and the Southeast. They still obey the sit at home.
Sit at home is bigger than everybody, is bigger than the governors, is bigger than the presidents. Otherwise, he would have stopped that, because it originates from the people. It's the people's voice, it's the people's resolution. It comes from the volition, from the free will, and of course, from the people who decide that no, this level of intimidation and harassment and marginalization, subjugation, has remained unabated and unbearable. So the only way we can express our grievances and disappointment by this government, having failed the people repeatedly, is to, of course, observe sit at home, which is a part of civil disobedience, rather than trooping to the streets, where, of course, you saw what happened of recent, where during the Easter Sunday, where some church returnees were rounded up and were killed. So the only way, of course, the people resort to sit at home as a way of expressing their grievances and disappointment on the consistent failure of the Nigerian state to address the pertinent issues, of course, that have brought us to where we are at this time. So it is bigger than the governors. It is bigger than any individual. And when you think you can stop it, you are just, of course, you are daydreaming. And the realities, of course, shows people's acceptance and disappointment on this government.
Okay, let's look at it will be great injustice if I didn't contest. That is Osimbaju.
Yes, it is great injustice to who? To his families, to his concubines, to his acquaintances, to his friends, unfortunately, but not to his, of course, kinsmen who have fled the Nigerian territory, calling for safety in Benin Republic. Of course, Osibanjo have not in any way condemned this barbaric act that saw his own kinsmen fled the country he presides as the Vice President of Nigeria, Federal Republic of Nigeria. He have not done anything politically or otherwise to ensure the safety returns of his kinsmen to their ancestral homes. So whose interest is he projecting? Whose interest is he protecting? Why he still have his own? He's from Ogun State. Several communities in Ogun State have fled their ancestral homes, where the vice president hails from, and he's telling us it will be an injustice. It is not an injustice. Of course, it doesn't matter to him if his people are sacrificed at the altar of sacrifice for him to retain his political position. Selfish and driven by their greed and quest for material things, rather than placing priority and importance to the life of their kinsmen. Unfortunately, I once asked, Jonathan was a Southern governor, our president. Obasanjo was a Southern president. What do you benefit during their tenure, during their era, during their dispensation? Zero, nothing. You can imagine. So it is immaterial who becomes the president of Nigeria. I think Yemi Osibanjo should go to those communities that have been sacked and begin to, canvass or, vote the people. It's very unfortunate. Who are the people that will vote him? I think he will never get my vote. Of course, I start listening. I don't see anything like election because
2023.
Who are the people to vote?
But, like I said,
the number of Nigerians have been reduced. You see?
No, they understand themselves. No, it's not withdrawn. It's not withdrawn.
No, you cannot tell me that Mrs. Finida has apologized without doing the needful. There should be compensation and for the dress. You know, not until the cycle is completed. I cannot accept such an apology.
Okay,
that is the reality.
Okay, last
for inconveniencing me, she has to do something.
Imo explosion. Death toll rises to 150. Igbo group demands Buhari Uzodinma's visit to the tragedy site.
Okay, it seems I'm becoming more controversial this morning. How can you convince me that this incident was not planned by the Nigerian Air Force? How can you tell me that over 150 people were killed? Is it the first time they have been exploring this?
An explosion.
An explosion result as that was as a result of what? It could be bomb detonation or whatever. You see, maybe they have carried out surveillance and saw that there are young people within those vicinity and mistake them to be ESN or unknown gunmen and probably blow them up. Nobody can tell. You see, we can't dismiss the possibility.
Operate an illegal refinery.
In the first place, we are the government. Most of them that got bonds are. We have the militaries, we have the police that were
among the casualties.
That were among the casualties. What are the policemen? What are the soldiers? What are the mobile policemen doing within those illegal, as you call it, illegal vicinity? Whenever you see a policeman or a military man, what you are seeing there is Nigeria. They are representing Nigeria, whether it is illegal or not. So you can understand that Nigerian government is part of the it could not be absorbed of the complicity. So what are the force men doing within those, as you describe it as illegal? What are they doing there? These are fundamental questions you have to bring to fore. And does it mean that the government does not know that such things has been operating over the decades? Even the civil defense, are they there to defend the civil or to exploit the masses?
Or to civil the defense.
Or to civil the defense. Or to defend the civil. What are they there to do? that is the fundamental question that everybody must, of course, pay attention to. I remember Chigozie Ndibo. Mazi Chigozie Ndibo.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. My people will always say, Ugo bere, ebe bere, in case ibeye bela, unkukwaya, eme nwani ke meni ibeya, obi ade ya mma, otako ham n'olu, dalono.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, David.
Who is Tunaja?
Good morning.
Who is Tunaja?
Good morning.
Good morning to you, Mr. Akwa. Alaji Chigozie, Malam Chigozie. Who give you Mazi? You want Tifa? You Alaji.
It would be great injustice if I didn't contest that Osibajo.
Let me clear this. Let me clear the air on this issue of
Akwa
who
Ibom.
owns Lagos and who does not own Lagos.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Chigozie is a very controversial man and he's biased. Now, it's like me telling him that now Yoruba owns Imo State. How will he feel? That now, if they have said that now, the Igbos contributed to the growth of Lagos State, I would not argue about that. Fine, I cannot deny that. But you now saying Igbos own Lagos State is important. That's not truth. Now, who are the first settlers here? Is it the Igbos? Now, if you by history, who owns Lagos? Before you mention names, people that own Lagos, you mentioned it was the Aworis, the Ekpes, and the Korodus. These three people owns Lagos. These three people. Come out here, Benin. Now you don't know to the talk. You don't go drink like I say Benin. Now you
continue.
Look at this one.
Continue.
He said Benin owns Lagos. So fine. We all know this, that Lagos is being owned by the Yorubas people. By the Yorubas. So now let's not mix any. Let's not come here and then mix our words. You all know that now. Okay. So please and please.
At least we can see in Lagos that Yorubas are the helm of affairs.
They are. So practically these people own Lagos. It's like Jakonde was somewhere. Was on Badagry. The Wategu people. So they have the Korodus. And you have the
Awori.
Yes. Awori. So those three people owns Lagos. So you now coming to say Igbo owns Lagos. Let us trash that away. Now if you say Igbo contributed to the growth, to the economy of Lagos, I am not disputing that fact. No, sure. It's undeniable. But now you say claiming someone's land. Okay, now let's say now Yoruba owns Onitsha. How will you feel? No, talking now because so let's not be let us bring sentiment here. I'm a Calabar boy, so let's support this sentiment here. Don't do any more 1 minute. Continue, John. This man, this Chigozie, Indigo, you do the sentimental.
Okay, let's talk about Akwa Ibom. Akwa Ibom and 3,000 persons that have been dislocated in Akwa Ibom.
I told you, I really don't know what happened or what transpired to that. I know. No, it's not like there's a local government in Akwa Ibom State called Ibom local government. That place is dominated by fishermen. I know that place is dominated by fishermen, but I actually don't know the cause or what led to the fracas. I actually don't know what transpired between them. So I cannot come and say what I don't know about. So I don't have much about what led to the fracas.
Okay, let's blame military not cooker for Tifano jet delivery delay. Any replies, presidency?
Presidency is unserious. How will you blame an individual because US government have refused to give you Tucano jet? How does that sound? No, now federal government lobbied or wanted to buy Tucano jet, and the US government has refused to sell to them. Now, in return, you are blaming Bishop Uka. What nexus does Uka have to US?
What you say in the international community?
What? If my brother does not see
in international relations.
My brother, see.
We have international policy.
My brother, see, Americans knows that these people are not fighting bandits. It's not about what Uka said. US government knows that this government is not.
Maybe they have done the research.
They've done the research on the ground. So these people know that releasing the jet to them is a waste of time. Rather, he would divert that jet to where Olu to kill civilians. So if you were US government, would you hand over Tucano jet to such government when there is killing? Kaduna, Abuja way, 7 persons were kidnapped yesterday. The president will not tell US, give me Tucano jet. I want to station that jet in Bonu, in Abuja, in Kaduna. It is now that there's fracas in in my state, Buhari would rather deploy to Kanoja to Akwa Ibom State. So, see, a government that is biased. America has their what? Intelligence reports. These people know what is happening. So, America can let us wake up one day and deny you of weapons for you to tackle what? Insurgency and insecurity. They have their reasons. Something is fishy. Nigerian government is not sincere fighting insecurity.
That has been a report. From many,
that is why American government has refused to give them to Kano jail. And America should not give them because it's a waste of time. If tomorrow now, if America release the money, at least government has six now. Now what have they done with the Kano jet? At least you got that for what? 11. America have given you 6 now. The 6 so far so good. How have you utilized them judiciously? Have you utilized them very well? How many bandits have been bombed? How many bandits have been tried? How many bandits have been killed? Now, what do you want to do with the remaining 5? So that is the reason why American government will not give them. It's not about what Kuka said or not. These people too are following the trends. What's happening in Nigeria? There are a lot of reports. So I believe one of that is Tucano jet. One of the Tucano jet is supposed to be stationed hovering around Kaduna Abuja Expressway. It's supposed to that now. You know these things now. So if you Joe Biden, you go carry on that 5, 6, 5 again, give him again. He will not give him. If I was US president, I would not give him.
What should they do to convince the American government to release it?
What should they do?
So
they should start killing bandits now. That's the only thing, because you've not killed any bandit. No bandit has.
So they kill bandits.
Who is the bandit? Mention them. Mention their name. How many bandits? How many bandits has been tried? How many bandits?
Okay, when we say tried.
No, how many bandits has been arrested? Oh, the other one you are seeing Nigeria may kill bandits. It's a lie, my brother. It's a lie. Don't deceive. Don't believe them. Nigeria is not winning war against banditry. Bandits is winning war against the military and the government. So don't be so. I don't know if Buhari too has paid you to come and promote.
No, they are
not killing bandits.
Are you saying that?
Who are the bandits?
With all this onslaught
which stupid
on
which stupid what stupid ever since bandits has come into existence, military has never started any operation to counter this insurgency. You could remember federal government launched which operation what?
Python dance?
No, Python dance 1 and 2 was launched where? In Southeast. Precisely, yeah. Anambra and this thing, Imo State. Now, Operation Lakadole, where is the launch? Southwest. Sorry. South. See, I'll name 7 military operations that have been tagged just to make sure that there's just to make sure that army presence is in the southeast and south. There is no military operation in the northwest, in the northeast, in the north central. Let them carry any military operation. Operation Lakadole, that was supposed to flush out bandits in the north. Only 2 days, the chief of army staff disbanded them, and now you are saying government, you are saying America should give you this thing to fight to Kano jet. It is impossible.
Okay, Igbo leaders urge Southeast aspirants to press on with presidential bid, vow to support them to the end.
It is a welcome development. I've always told you, with fairness, equity, and justice, it is the son of the Southeast to become president. Presidency is not only for the North, and it's only for the Yoruba people too. Three regions make up this country. 1 has been deprived, and 2, the remaining 2 are running the affairs of this country. Thank God, I've always told you, I said, presidency does not come on a platter of gold. You must lobby. And thank God, my Igbo brothers now are now lobbying. That is politics. You don't expect politicians to come and give you power in your house. It's not possible anywhere in the world. Power, you lobby for it. And thank God now, You saw them yesterday. All the Igbos aspirants, both in APC and the PDP met yesterday. Behind closed door. And then instead that the next president of this country must be from southeast, irrespective of the party, even if it's south. I was surprised for the first time. These people are speaking in one voice. Now, government will take them serious, and thank God, the evil leaders too are saying, press on with your demands. We are behind you. That is it. Power. You don't get power on the platter of gold. Power. If you want power, you must lobby for power. You must struggle to get power. For equity and justice, the two presidential aspirants should hear from Southeast. Look at.
Should hear from Southeast.
Should hear from Southeast.
For equity and justice.
For equity, fairness, and justice, yes.
When everybody has the right to vie for the presidency.
Everybody has right. But wait, everybody has. Okay, now, 3 regions make up this country, right? You have the Yorubas, Hausa, and the Yoruba now. So now, how many regions has been present since democracy? It has been how many regions?
We have Obasanjo, we have Yar'Adua.
So how many regions is that? Just 2 regions. South is minority. Don't include South. They are talking about the major regions in Nigeria. The other region has not been given opportunity to rule, and he's saying it is now or never.
Okay, let's look at Osibajo. It would be great injustice if I didn't contest Osibajo.
My brother Alhaji Mazi Chigoze, Malam Chigoze, has said it all. Has said it all.
Mazi Chigoze.
Which Mazi? Na Malam now. He's a Fulani by nature. He can speak outside now.
I know he can speak outside.
He's a Fulani man. Forget that thing. He's a Fulani in disguise. Now, my question is, Osibajo said it was injustice for him not to contest. Who is begging to contest?
He has supporters now.
I'm not supporting him. Who is begging to contest? Of what use? Ever since he has been in VP for 7.5 years, of what use? Of what good? Of what dividends of democracy has it delivered to his people? What dividends of democracy has it? What dividends of democracy has it dividend to his people? Now, election is around the corner now. You now see our politicians eating corn on the streets. The regular Catholic man. Fayoshe was in Abuja yesterday. He went to Ebuka and he was eating amala. Osibajo was in where? Yesterday. He went to those side. He bought gala and started eating gala during election time. That is when these people, that is when the people mingle with the poor. You all see them. Oshomole now we start eating bread on the road because it is what electionary period. Tinubu will come and buy pure water on the road. I think we buy gala on the road because it's what election time. All these people, they are all thieves. Because of election, you will see them eating gala on the road, eating biscuits on the road. Someone will tell you, I have no shoe. When you want to become governor, president, I have no shoe. But when he becomes president, he will turn his house to boutique. There will be shoes, lot of shoes. I'm moving on to. Osibajo should go and sit down. Nobody is telling him to contest. He wants to contest because he wants to loot the money. He wants to loot too. So Osibajo should not tell him that people are begging him to contest. Nobody begging to contest. Nobody. He has stated of power. He has seen how power is. So he wants to become president. So my brother, no politician can receive me again. You like
it? Said, I should ask who are you going to vote?
Who am I going to vote? Who? How dare I go? Mr. Kaude, I told you now, can't understand. My candidate is Peter. He's my candidate. He's with every convention, he is my candidate. If you get the ticket, I will vote for him in the election. I pray you get the ticket. That is the person I want as an individual. Okay. I want him.
Thank you very much.
Nobody can say, like, if you are president, come to the streets and eat bread. Story, you cannot deceive us again. You come to Gala street, you buy Gala and eat. You have no shoe. You this one. Don't deceive us again. Who? Our choice is our choice.
Thank you very much. I have Mazi, Mr. Raf. Good morning, Mr. Raf.
Good morning, Christian.
Okay.
And there's something I want to say here. Let me correct this impression. Lagos was made Lagos in 1967. Lagos is 55 years old now. Then the original occupants of Lagos, the Eko people, Eguns, will never be neglected. The Eguns, Egu. Are you listening to me? Then again, from Bight of Guinea to Bight of Benin, I mean this international water here, Atlantic Ocean, the Benin's. When Benin Kingdom was Benin Kingdom, they are the one that settled in the Lagos Island. Go there and investigate what I'm saying. In the Lagos Island, there before those slaves, those Yoruba that were carried as slaves to Brazil, some of them started what? Tracing their roots to Lagos. Where you have people like Foncho Williams. Do you understand? There are many people, Morio, Jose, you know, all those people from Mexico, especially Brazil. Are you listening to me? So when you talk about the Quest and the Warriors, they all migrated from Ogun State. Are you listening? This place is a very thick forest because of Atlantic Ocean. So somebody cannot just come here and write Nigerian history to us. I'm not saying that our Warriors, they are from Ogun State. Are you listening to me? The Ekpes are there, we know. But let me tell you, the history of Lagos can never be complete without Benin people.
Okay, let's look at Nnamdi Kanu challenging secret trial. Say the plan is unconstitutional.
Secret trial?
Yeah.
How come about secret trial again? How come about secret trial? Nnamdi Kanu's case? No one has known about it. It's not gonna all go well if they do that.
It's not gonna go well.
Yeah, all go well. Like secret trial. Tell us outside court settlement. Outside court settlement. Secret trial in the sense that Nnamdi Kanu is a soldier, or is Buhari running a military government here? So that you go and court martial Nnamdi Kanu without our knowledge. No, nothing like secret trial again. So we can't even support it. Listen, Nnamdi Kanu's case has gone beyond secret trial. The whole world is waiting in a haste to understand everybody the aftermath of that case. What is going to be the resultant, the end of Nnamdi Kanu's case? Kenyans, they are interested. Nigerians, Americans, they are interested.
Britons.
Do you understand? The socialist Britain, they are waiting because they are the one that caused it in the first place. They always talk, Nnamdi Kanu is our national, is our citizen. What have you done so far? When Chowore was arrested, molested in the court for 3 months, America came. America did something. They voiced out, and Nigeria released him. Because what? Chowore has green card, American citizenship. The states play their role as giant of the world. You see? So Charles Britain is bent on what? Jealousy. They are jealous of Igbo man. So Charles Britain is bent on what? Suppressing and oppressing Igbo man from day one. From day one, Britain is very, very annoyed with Igbo man. Secret trial in the sense that what? Is Nnamdi Kanu? What is that? Okay, maybe they are working together with Uhuru. Because Uhuru doesn't want his name any longer be, soiled. Do you understand? His name, because his name has been dented already. Uhuru Kenyatta. Chop biscuit, 1 billion. He grabbed it. He sold the Nnamdi Kanu. Uhuru Kenyatta. The most corrupt. So we are talking about Nigerian corruption. When I read more, I discovered that Kenya is among the top lists of most corrupt country. Among the corrupt countries in the world, Kenya is there. This Kenya you are looking at. We don't know like that before. We always think and our politicians is Kenya government is corrupt. Kenya. Jesus Christ. Let me tell you, there is nothing like secret trial. The court is waiting. Nigerians, we are waiting. The indigenous people of Biafra, which covers the whole southeastern Nigeria, including Akwa Ibom, Cross River, I think understand. Part of Delta, in fact, virtually the whole Delta. I have them as friends. They agitate for Biafra. They are waiting in a haste to see Kwanenande Kanu's case will come to what? An end. Conclusion. Conclusion. Let me tell you, we are not allowing it. We can't support secret trial. Is he begging you? Has he collected the bribe you have been calling him? Do you understand? To collect. Begging him for 50 billion. 9 oil wells. Nnamdi Kanu is still there. Nnamdi Kanu is not going there out of that prison or detention in a haste. If care is not taken, Nnamdi Kanu is going to beg Nigerian DSS to add more 10 years. Yes, Nnamdi Kanu is not in a haste. The guy has achieved what God has brought him to achieve. The guy has fulfilled the prophecy of Emeka Chukwu Emeka Odumego Ojukwu. What he said in 15th April 1968, he said, the person that God will use to liberate my people, the Igbos, is coming after me. And that boy was sucking his mama breast then. Nnamdi Kanu was born in 1967. Nnamdi Kanu was sucking his mama breast. Do you understand? When Ojukwu was predicting what is happening today. And it has come to stay. The government of Abubakar, retired General Abubakar from Niger, that is claiming to be our president here. The plans to try Nnamdi Kanu's secret, the plans to kill Nnamdi Kanu, all has been what? Exposed. The hypocrisy of Buhari government is no longer a secret one. Okay. It has been made known to us by their body languages, how they kill, how they mime, how they steal money, how they authoritatively detect to Nigerians. We are running a dictatorship here. Dictatorship kind of government is what we are running in Nigeria here. No, we are Igbos. Try him openly. Let the whole world see. If you have right to go to Kenya and kidnap, you are blaming bandits. You are blaming Boko Haram. You are worse than bandits. You are worse than Boko Haram. Why should you go and abduct my brother at Nairobi airport? And what? You brought him to Nigeria. You do what? You started constructing all manner of English language to the whole world. To me, there is no fact, no evidence that Nnamdi Kanu is culpable of any crime. Okay, let's look at Igbo leaders urge Southeast aspirants, presidential aspirants, to press on with presidential bid. You have to support them to the end. That's very good. You know, they are trying to understand, realize who they are. They understand the identity of Igbo man is trying to, to play so prominent role in this 2023 election. We are trying to tell people in Nigeria and outside Nigeria that we are tired of Nigerian government double standard, Nigerian politicians double standard. See, hypocrisy. See, you have been there. Oh, I don't like repetition of word. From 1960 till now, Igbo man has never been Nigerian president. I didn't understand. Even in 1966, I think he was there only 6 months. Yeah. I don't know why I understand. Then 10 years later, see, let me tell you, there is no argument. See, anybody that is contesting in 2023 who is not an Igbo man, I don't think I will see that person as a good man. Oh, they should do now APC, PDP, People's Redemption Party. That's Kola Abiola's party. The only thing Abiola's child, boy, Kola, should do now is invite an Igbo man. Invite an Igbo man to be what? To be presidential candidate of that party. That is when People's Redemption Party will go far. All the political platform in Nigeria, they should what? Field Igbos as their presidential what? Aspirants. I don't know what I understand. Yes, it is our turn. It is our turn. They are firing the moon. Do you understand? All those aspirants trying to convince us that they should do this, we are going to do this, we are going to do that. What about Igbo man? Who told you Igbo man couldn't do that which you are promising people you can do? Okay, lastly. It is our turn. It is our turn. Yeah. It is our turn. Yeah. This is Mazraf. Okay. Saying and greeting all of you in diaspora. See, permutation for presidential for 2023 presidency, it has ticking up. The hand clock hand is ticking. Tick tock tick. If we calculate it in hours, I don't think it's up to 30,000 or 10,000 hours, because 9 months or 10 months time, of course, all of you will see us. Everybody should go to poll. So what I'm advising now is my brother Igbos in Lagos. Igbos in Lagos, come out with your PVC. If you don't have one, go and make sure you get one. Yorubas in Lagos, I'm advising you same. Mid-Belters, I'm advising you same. Because Fulani is going to invite Nigerians, Malians, Chadians, as Buhari did in 2019, 2015. Nobody did anything. Nigerian president came here, Malian president come here, all of them, they were there, Senegalese president. Nobody talk. They helped him and rig the guy back again.
That's an allegation.
No, it's not an allegation. No, they took group picture. I can show you on Google.
An ordinary picture.
Yes, no, not ordinary picture. The campaign, they were there. God knows I'm saying the truth. Are you listening to me? Go to some media houses. If you say this, they will agree with you that these people came and helped Buhari in campaign. They were campaigning in Kano State. Do you see the Nigerian president wife?
Rigged the election.
They rigged. That's rigging. That's rigging. Okay, that's rigging. That is rigging. Christian, listen.
It's an allegation.
No, it's not an allegation. Listen and listen. If we are to contest in 2023, Americans will have no business. Joe Biden will have no business to come here with his wife.
Just monitoring.
To favor observers. But those ones are not observers. They were not electoral observers. They were not international observers. I don't mean those people that El-Rufai promised what? Body bags. Body bags are European election observers. He said if they mess up, they will go back home in body bags. They will kill all of them. That was 2015. 2019, sorry. So what are we saying? I'm saying the fact here that Malians, Chadians, Senegalese and Nigerians, all of them were here in 2018, in 2019, sorry. They helped Buhari with their men, with their livestock, Atulu Okuko, cows, they were here. Are you listening? What about, my brother, listen, let me tell you, these Nigerians who have been chatting and shouting every day, I don't have interest in anything Nigeria. What I want is, let everybody go. Let Biafra come, let Oduduwa go. If you don't want it, I'm always abusive if I find out that you are abusing the truth. If you abuse the truth, I will abuse you.
Okay, Oluwa. The language.
Christian,
I need the language.
Fucking shit is happening.
No, use the word F. Don't use the F word. That's not the language. Don't use the F word. It's not proper. You are honorable.
Forward now.
Okay.
Let us see the forwardiness of our people.
Let's see the forwardiness.
Yes. Because like they are bringing the last president back to the throne. Like they want to manipulate this country around.
Guys, Jonathan step up consultation on APC.
It's like he want to use underground system ground to enter the back, and which is very bad for him. It's advising to change that logo because many people have given me a right. You have a non-respect.
You have the right.
You have the right. To repose that right. To match the right is very bad because the Northern APC have failed Nigeria woefully. They make Nigeria to be a slave under 8 years. Slave, killing, kidnapping, brutalization all over us. Liquid wool from brutality. Right now, because nobody for their home anymore, they want to go and pick Jonathan from nowhere. People are clean their blood. So Jonathan should not clean the blood that is never shed.
What do you say about Igbo presidency? Igbo leaders urge Southeast aspirants to press on with their presidential bid, vow to support them to the end.
Because they now see the end of the handwriting of the world. The handwriting of the world now is not telling them they have to change their thinking. They have to change their thinking faculty. But if they don't change their thinking faculty, it will be a big problem, difficulty for you to climb the mountain. Because you must climb the mountain. Because if you don't climb the mountain, you can never be in the corridor of power. Corridor of power, you now say your mind. You now have your people there to say something. So now, they have now given a wise idea. They have to come together. United, we stand divided, we fall. You must be united before you get any post, any objective. So it's a welcome development on their side.
Thank you very much, Oluwa. Oluwa one. No, just one thought. What's your final advice?
language is let us go out and rescue. Let us go out there and rescue Nigeria from the vagabond, from the vampire. The last language for Nigeria to come outside and rescue ourselves from the group of the vampires that are sucking us for many years' time.
Okay, thank you very much, Oluwawan. We've come to the end of the program, Bystanders and Newsstands. I am Christian Chukwu. Thank you very much for being part of the program. Thank you, all the analysts this morning. Well, we are one. We are first human being before Yoruba, Igbo, or Hausa. We are first human beings. So let's consider ourselves. Bye for now. Till tomorrow for another exciting edition of the program, Bystanders and Newsstands. I'm Christian Chukwu. Bye for now.